Is it terrible when they scream?
No, it's awesome.
Oh, God. Oh.
Telling fantasy stories is the thing I love to do. And I'm the crazy law loyalist who's all about the details and probably frustrating the bejesus out of everyone by saying, yeah, but what about this? And what about this bit? But he can do this. And everyone's going, hey, just do the thing. Henry, just do the thing. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do the thing. But you do realize he can do this. And I enjoy that aspect of the storytelling. I enjoy getting into it. I enjoy being that person who's always about the details.
Fade in, fade in, fade in, fade in, fade in.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Are you bummed that Luke didn't get sort of a reunion with Han Solo?
Absolutely. In fact, when I was reading it, I thought, if Leia's trying to mentally contact me and she's not successful, she'll rush to his aid. She'll get close to him and then get into some dire situation, and that's when I show up for a big yay! Save her life. Then we rush to Han and are in the same position that Rey and Finn and Chewie are. Too late to save him, but witnesses. And I say, because it would carry so much emotional resonance into the next film. For us, his wife, his best friend to witness, instead of two characters that have known him, what, 20 minutes?
Well, you're assuming that I train Rey.
Exactly. Sneaky.
Do I?
Sneaky.
I know, I have to be really careful. People say, was it difficult to pick up and wield a lightsaber again? And I go, do I pick up?
Is it difficult acting in this movie? Am
Well,
I in this movie?
I can promise you my part is twice as big as it was in Force Awakens. When I read 8, I told Ryan, I fundamentally disagree with virtually everything you've decided about my character.
Who is this guy? How did the most optimistic, hopeful character in the galaxy turn into this hermit who says it's time for the Jedi to end? I read that and I said, what? I mean, that's not what a Jedi does. I mean, a Jedi is optimistic. A Jedi has tenacity. He never gives up. He doesn't secrete himself on an island. But you'll...
Something that George initially set out to do was a kind of 3-act saga with these 3 trilogies. And I think we felt that we should honor and respect that.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
I think that the thing that George never did was maintain the status quo. And I think that that's really important because...
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you! I've kind of lost control of Star Wars, so it's going off in a different path than what I intended. But the first 6 are very much mine and my philosophy. And I think that philosophy sort of goes beyond any particular time, because it's based on history, it's based on philosophy, it's based on a lot of things. And you know, the first 3 basically tell you how a democracy turns into a dictatorship, and you end up with a tyrant, the emperor. It's a very important now, where we are now in our political history.
And as always, may the Force be with you.
I'm kind of retarded.
Fade in.
Oh, hello. What's up, all me Watchables, droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as the Star Wars Girl, and I'm joined today by the one and only Jesse Milestone from Mindless Entertainment. What's up,
What's up, everybody? How are you?
I am ready to talk.
That's
ready,
good.
ready. What about you?
I am so fucking tired.
Oh.
I've moved. My business partner imploded, so now I'm opening a fencing club solo. I'm trying to get all my lessons done and finish moving out of my old place while helping somebody else move out of theirs. And before Friday, when I have to go to New Jersey to referee / coach at a fencing tournament. So I'm going to try real hard to stay awake today.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah, I was sitting there during the intro and I realized I was like, this might be my first time. I've never fallen asleep during a stream before. Well, during a stream that I was like hosting, part. I've fallen asleep like participating in Jeff's streams. But I've never fallen asleep during one of my streams before. So.
Oh, well, shit. Well,
we'll
then
try to keep that.
I'll try to keep you entertained. So I guess we can start off with like the more important stuff, and then I can gush about Henry at the end. But so there's some big J.J. Abrams news going on.
When you said important stuff, I totally thought you were going to lead with Henry.
I was, but I meant like important to like you, which would be more Star Wars, and then I can gush about Henry on my own, and everyone will just have to suffer and listen to me moaning and groaning about Henry being the Highlander. But so this came out from Collider, and it says J.J. Abrams reflects on Star Wars and when it's critical to have a plan.
Well said. Finally.
I know. And guys, I will try to catch all the super chats as they come. So MJ, Stunning and Brave, thank you for the super chat. Happy belated OT Star Wars Day.
Yeah. Yesterday was the 25th. We had a moment like late in the day. Somebody else was like, oh, happy real Star Wars Day. And we're like, oh my God, it is May 25th. Oh, we didn't do anything about it. Oh, well.
I was painting. I was painting. I was running errands and doing like adult stuff. So
I feel like I would have at least mentioned it on my stream.
I like tweeted about it, I think. Yeah, I retweeted like Drew Sturzan's stuff in like the morning. But to be honest, this is something that really irritates me because I kept seeing stuff on like Instagram and on Twitter where people were just like, it's real Star Wars Day. You're not a real Star Wars fan if you celebrate it on May the 4th. And I'm like, I have been celebrating May the 4th since I was a young child in elementary school, before Disney even got their grimy paws on Star Wars, before the prequels were finished coming out. I don't get why people are so like got this big stick up their ass about it now, and it really irritates me. So I was like, oh yay, anniversary of A New Hope coming out is awesome. And then I see all these people posting, oh, you're not a real fan if you celebrate May the 4th. And I'm just like, fuck you. You know what? I've been celebrating this shit since I was a fucking child. Just because
a lot of the people who are out there being like, you're not a real fan if you're blah, 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 are probably the same people being like, we weren't allowed to be Star Wars fans before because we were gatekeeped out of it.
No, actually, it's people that I know that I like, and that's what I think irritates me about it. Because if it was just
because then it is, because then it's like you're being the SJWs about it now.
Exactly. And so because I'm just like, I remember celebrating it like as a young child. I have photos of me celebrating it as a young child, like before Revenge of the Sith even came out. Like it's always been a thing.
Yeah.
That I mean. And I talked about this on the actual May the 4th. And, other people were saying, like, yeah, I did this back in the 80s. And I'm like, it's just weird that now all of the sudden, just because I guess Disney decided to capitalize it, it's bad. It's like, well, I mean, can I still watch the original trilogy then? Because at this point, by the logic you're using that I'm not allowed to say, May the 4th be with you and use that, fun pun, then like everything else is just bad. Based on the logic that they're trying to impose. And it just was irritating me. So it took the enjoyment away from, it's the anniversary of, A New Hope, because I'm just getting irritated by people. And I'm just like, you know what? I kind of can see now why people kind of hate us because this is just, it's stupid. It's one thing to say, this was a bad movie. It was not planned. Obviously, JJ admits there's no fucking plan. Ray admits there was no fucking plan.
Yeah.
you know, that's just a fact. But going out and, you know, going out of your way to like tell someone something because, oh, you're not a real fan of celebrate May the 4th. It's like, okay, I've been celebrating May the 4th since I was a kid. Nobody had a problem with it before Disney. So now I'm just like, you're becoming the thing that you hated. It's really frustrating. So it took a while.
I'm seeing a lot of that going around.
So I'm not the only one. Jesse Padilla, thank you for that. This is random, but Henry needs to be the next James Bond. That's not random. That's been going on for years.
Nope.
Henry has been campaigning to be James fucking Bond for years. He auditioned to be James Bond, and they gave it to Daniel Craig because Henry was too little. He's too young. But guess what? He's the perfect age of 38 years old. He would do just fine as James Bond. And my body is ready. If they want money, they will make him James Bond. Hopefully, Jesse, since Amazon just bought MGM, meaning they now own James Bond, maybe Henry will finally get his damn chance.
Maybe. It's about damn time. I actually would be down for a Henry Bond. I could see that.
My body is so ready, Jesse. I have no interest in acting. I've never wanted to be an actress in any way, shape, or form. I will volunteer to be a fucking Bond girl in that movie. I don't even care if I die. Just let me stand there in a pretty dress next to Henry.
Oh, you mean lie there outside of your pretty dress with Henry?
Maybe that too. I don't think I'm confident enough for that, but I like the pretty dress aspect of it and the Henry Cavill aspect. Cesario Japan, thank you for that. Henry Cavill for Professor. Oh my God, no!
No! Come on,
keep Henry away from this shit show. And we are, since Jesse's falling asleep, I'll have her do the dramatic reading of the dialogue. Since Jessie actually is an actress and I am not.
Put my skills to work finally. Oh, hooray!
Yes. But so thank you everyone for the super chats. Oh, I got one more. MJ Stunning and Brave, thank you for the super chat. There was a plan. The plan was to intentionally sabotage a beloved story franchise to prop up their own ideologically driven narrative. Well, that is true to a point, but as far as storytelling, there was no fucking plan. But we are going to watch this. Hopefully there's no copyright claim. But Jesse has not seen this. And I'm assuming not everyone in the chat has seen it. And if you have, good on. Oh my God, I'm getting the hiccups. Good on you. Also, there's over 200 people in the chat right now. So please smash the like button, please. And thank you. And we are going to watch this little Collider interview where JJ talks about the importance of having a fucking plan. All right, here we go. If it'll load. Oh, there's no volume. There we go.
One of the things I liked about the Star Wars franchise that you guys did was that the creative handoff between you and Rian Johnson, which I felt, you know, it was letting filmmakers take their own stories and take the story where they wanted to go. And I felt that played out in a really interesting way. But I know not everyone feels that way. And I'm curious for you, as the person who helped get that foundation off the ground and also concluded it, do you feel like that trilogy would have benefited from planning out a very strict 3-movie story from the very beginning? Or do you enjoy that kind of creative freedom to kind of take the characters different ways and kind of see how it goes?
You know, I've been involved in a number of projects that have been, you know, in most cases, series that have ideas that begin the thing where you feel like you know where it's going to go. And then sometimes it's an actor who comes in, other times it's a relationship that as it's written doesn't quite work, and things that you think are going to just, you know, be so well received, just crash and burn, and other things that you think like, oh, that's a little small moment, that's a 1-episode character, suddenly become a hugely important part of the story. And I feel like what I've learned as a lesson a few times now, and it's something that especially in this pandemic year, working with writers, the lesson is that, you know, you have to plan things the best you can, and you always need to be able to respond to the unexpected, and the unexpected can come in all sorts of forms. And I do think that you know, there's nothing more important than knowing where you're going. And there are projects that I've worked on where we had some ideas, but we hadn't worked through them enough. We had sometimes we had some ideas, but then we weren't allowed to do them the way we wanted to. We had, I mean, I've had all sorts of situations where, you know, you plan things in a certain way, and you suddenly find yourself doing something that's 180 degrees different. And then sometimes it works really well, and you feel like, wow, that really came together. And other times you think, oh my God, I can't believe this is where we are. And sometimes when it's not working out, it's because it's what you planned. And other times when it's not working out, it's because it didn't. It's like you never really know. But having a plan, you know, I have learned in some cases the hard way, is the most, you know, critical thing, because otherwise you don't know what you're setting up. You don't know what you're, you know, what to emphasize, because if you don't know the inevitable of the story, you know, you're just as good as your last, you know, sequence or effect or joke or whatever, but you want to be leading to something inevitable.
So, Jesse, what do you think of that?
A lot of talking in circles.
I like this. He took minutes to say all of this.
I got dizzy trying to follow trying to follow everything he was so carefully trying not to say.
I know.
Oh,
it's
wow.
just like, oh my gosh. No fucking shit, JJ. You need a fucking plan. Holy shit. He finished. Yeah, I don't think he did finish getting his point out. It's just sad. But yeah, so JJ learned that he needs to have a plan. You would think that would be kind of a, you know, you spent $4 billion on buying this franchise, and they just decided to wing it with the movies. And you wonder why in like one fucking episode, like 1 second of a frame of Baby Yoda, the internet lost its mind and completely like ignored the sequel trilogy. Like, come on. Wow, when people plan things, holy shit.
Right? It's all the difference. When you screen test, when you care, when you try. Like that's really bare minimal things, like trying, like effort. I mean, that's really why it bothers me so much. Why I can't ever let it go is like, it's not that this happened. It's not that this movie happened because of total ineptitude or incompetency across the board. It happened because they just didn't care enough to fucking plan it out.
Yeah.
They took to one of the most beloved, precious franchises of all time and just didn't care.
Yep. And I mean, he goes in, like, there's more to this little interview thing, and I'll put the link for this article in the description, or right now in the chat, if anyone wants to go check it out. But so he basically goes on to say, like, oh yeah, there were some things that I wanted to do, but the studio wouldn't let me. And I said earlier in like my video that I put out on this, I'm like, okay, there's been times where directors have to work against things like that aren't working in their favor. Like, oh, their budget isn't even a tenth of what they need to film this movie, and they still make it work. Oh, Quentin Tarantino wants to use that one song in Reservoir Dogs, but he doesn't have the budget to do so. So he figured out how he's like, all right, we just won't make a soundtrack for this, and we'll put the entire budget that was going to go to making a soundtrack for this movie into buying the rights to use this song. Freaking Steven Spielberg did a movie about a shark without a fucking shark. Like, come on. There's ways to do these things. Do you think there was really a fucking iceberg in Titanic? No. There's ways to do shit and make it work without having the studio approve it. You have to be smart. JJ is not smart.
Nope. You just have to care. Because the thing is, and even in what he's saying, none of it's about the property. None of it's about doing right by the project. It all sounds like his ego. What I wanted to do, what they wouldn't let me do. Well, it's not my fault because I wasn't allowed, because it didn't happen, because this, like, shut up, dude. It's just like you're trying to point the blame at everybody else. Take responsibility for the fact that you done goofed yourself.
Yep. MJ Studied and Brave. I think that this is Russell Hall's new account this week. There was a plan. The plan was to intentionally sabotage a beloved story franchise to prop up their own ideologically driven narrative. I think I read that one twice, but I think it needs to be said again because that's very, very true.
Yep.
ID Crisis, thank you for the super chat. I always wanted to see Clive Owen as Bond. Ooh, I know.
That'd have been a good choice. I think he's a little too old now.
Yeah, which sucks. Rugged face, like he's been in a fight or 6. Dude, I gotta tell you, there was a phase when Clive Owen was in everything, and I was like a child, but I was all about it. I'm like, this dude is Mexi.
I remember that. And then he went away.
I know. I don't know why. Like, what happened?
I don't know. And then you know who I think looks like a weird young Clive Owen?
Huh.
John Krasinski.
Why am I blanking on who that is?
The guy in A Quiet Place.
Oh God, no.
Really? I always
his. You know what? I think it's his eyes that kind of match. Like they have kind of similar looks to their eyes, but the rest of it.
They also play similar roles.
Yes. Well, you remember that terrible, like, absolutely just this movie should have not been made, King Arthur movie?
Yep.
I watched that movie so many times because he was so hot in it. Him and the dude that played Lancelot too. I'm like, this is nowhere near historically accurate at all. But I was all about that movie because Clive Owen was just, he was a fine piece of meat back in the day.
Oh yeah, he was a very manly man.
He was a very manly man. I wish he was in more things. I need to go back and just watch his movies when he's in his prime. That's one thing that I've noticed, Jess, is that when I'm thinking about these famous actors, I'm not picturing them now. I'm picturing the way that they looked when I was a little kid watching them in movies. So when I think of like Antonio Banderas, I'm still thinking he looks like Zorro. And then I follow him on Instagram and he'll post a selfie and I'm like, what happened?
Who are you?
I'm like, you're my dad's age. This is just destroying my fantasy life.
Dude,
but
like Orlando Bloom, he actually looks pretty decent now still. But I'm like, you don't have the baby face anymore. It's weird.
He knocked up Katy Perry, so that kind of is like a huge like
right, like mega boner killer, lady boner killer. Holy shit, lady boner killer.
I know.
My God, right? I was like, I lost so much respect for him when he went the Katy Perry route. So much respect. And we even locked eyes once while I handed him quail at Robert Downey Jr.'s 50th birthday party. We had a chance.
You
missed
you know what? That sounds like my missed opportunity with Colin Farrell. So can't judge.
Yeah, yours is way better. But mine, I wanted to post. I wanted to post one of those like Craigslist missed opportunities, like Orlando Bloom and that waitress. Come on, man.
Aw. Well, see, I remember everyone was like obsessed with him in Lord of the Rings. And I mean, yeah, he was hot, but I liked him a lot better in Pirates.
Yeah.
But I think that's because he was like a pirate and he had brown hair and he wasn't like a blonde elf dude.
Yeah, I vacillated. I thought he was very much my type as the pretty blonde elf dude, but I really dug the whole rugged piratey thing. I definitely vacillated between which one.
I like how because of comments like this, we have just digressed to talking about boys. What rule are we breaking? Are we going to get called sexist, misogynistic man babies for making women
we're failing the Bechdel test?
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's kind of like women like talking about men.
I like men.
I know. Holy crap. I saw this thing on Twitter and I was going to retweet it and I didn't because I was like, this might be a little too raunchy for like my platform, but it was like this person that put over and over again, like normalize, I think they said sucking dick, but it might have been like giving head or something like that. And I almost wanted to retweet it and say, is this not normal? Like with the confused gift, but I was like, nah, that might be a little too far. People might lose their mind. I don't want to give anyone a reason to like flag my Twitter and get it taken down. But I still don't understand how that's not a normal thing. MJ Stunning and Brave, thank you for the super chat. For some reason, JJ's head reminds me of a tampon.
Yeah, I could see that one that's already like expanded.
Ew. I don't know what tampons you're using, Russell Hall, but that is not what they look like. It is not. No.
No, and the ones like the crappily made ones that have the weird like lip on the top that expand in an awkward way. I think he's just
like the ones you get like when you don't have any and you go to like
you have to like put 25 cents in the machine at the fucking those weird scary ones, which are probably the ones he would have seen because probably when he was a teenager, he and his friends got 25 cents together and were like, oh, look at the tampon. So that's would be his experience.
Oh, well, there you go. Wolfsbane, thank you for the super chat. They had a plan, Lucas's plan, and they threw it away like trash. You get what you deserve, Jar Jar. I agree.
Yep.
I 100% agree. And even with this, it's like, oh, feel sympathy for JJ. I was like, no, I don't feel any fucking sympathy for him that he didn't get to direct the second movie and Rian Johnson screwed up his plan because his plan was fucking stupid from the beginning. He is the one that made Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia failures. JJ did this to him fucking self.
Yep. I concur.
Runs Fandoms, you skipped my super chat. Well, thank you for the super chat. I did.
Also, let's not forget that JJ is the one who killed off Han without a reunion.
Yep. Could have had all three of them on screen together, and what did he do? Let's not do that. Fuck you, JJ. You're a fucking idiot.
You asshole.
Runs with Phantoms, thank you for the super chat. Whoa, if Keanu Reeves doesn't wind up playing Revan, Henry Cavill totally should if the show isn't destined to suck. So I disagree with that. I think Keanu Reeves will probably do it. Like, I feel like if fans wanted enough, I'm sure he would be down to do it. He literally looks like Revan. He, like, everyone wants him to do it, and I'm pretty sure he would be down to do it too. Henry is the wrong body type to play Revan. Henry is much more of like the Darth Bane type of character. And I'm sure Henry would be willing to shave his head. But yeah, Henry's much more of a Darth Bane, which again would be fucking awesome. But Kathleen Kennedy totally forgot that they have no source material. We don't have 800-page novels. We don't have comic books. We don't have any source material aside from the 6 movies that we bought. And it's like, oh, you do realize that there was more than 6 movies, you dumbass. There was the Ewok movies, which I love.
But Kathleen Kennedy can't read. So.
That's true.
We know this.
I know it. Watching movies, going over the thing that you spent $4 billion on. You worked for him before George Lucas left, you dumbass. You should have known. But no, she didn't. Nope. Let me see. MJ studying and brave things. Even having a plan won't help you if you have no vision. I agree, Russell Hall. Where is this next one? Nicholas Doyle, thank you, Anna. I think a lot of people would like to hear more about your take on friendship as a primary theme in the OT. It was a surprisingly fresh take. Oh, well, thank you. Do you want me to talk about that now, or do you want me to make a video on it? Yeah, I like movies about friendship. I feel like I've said this like so many times now. Like that is what draws me into it. If there's a love story in it, it's fine. Doesn't bother me. If there's like an ultimate villain murdering people, that's fine. As long as it's a good story. But I mean, hey, even like with the Henry Cavill and the Highlander, I mean, the most compelling part of that story to me isn't like his love interest. It's his relationship with Ramirez. And of course it's funny that like, Sean Connery is the Egyptian from Spain teaching the Frenchman who is pretending to be a Scottish Highlander how to fight and stuff.
Yep.
Like
the irony and the horrible accent work.
It's, I feel like he didn't even do an accent. I feel like that was just Christopher Lambert's voice.
There's moments where I think he's trying.
Well, you know what? I guess we can digress into this now, since we're kind of just like fuck JJ at this point. Okay, let me pull up pictures of. So in the Highlander, for those of you that do not know, Henry, the ultimate babe of the universe, he announced on his Instagrams that he is going to be starring in the new Highlander remake. Now, if you are going to throw a fucking temper tantrum because Henry Cavill, don't remake movie, blah, 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 shut the fuck up. I need something to fap to. You all have porn. I have Henry. Shut the fuck up. My uterus is happy. Be happy. If you're not happy about it, that's fine. But be happy for me. This is like Christmas come early for me.
Hey, I'm gonna run and pee for a quick sec while you just gush on Henry.
Okay, well, I was about to be done, but I can go on for a little more. Guys, you don't understand. Here's the thing. I love Henry. Not every movie he is in has been spectacular. I am so ready to see Henry be dressed like a Scotsman in his little kilt, running around, learning how to fight, and fighting the ultimate evil. And there can only be one. My body is ready for Henry Cavill to do all the things that Christopher Lambert did. I'm so ready for this. My body is ready. I didn't know that I needed this until I saw this post, and it was those like anime things, like how it's typical in anime for like when a girl is all excited, like she has intense nosebleeds and it like shoots out of her nose like waterfalls. That was me when I saw this, and it was like my chair fell back, all animated, all dramatic. I am all about this, and people complaining he's not Scottish. It's like, go on the next fucking picture in his post, and he's like, I'm looking at my fucking Scottish roots. I don't care if he's not Scottish. Do you think that this dude was fucking Scottish? No, he's fucking French. It's called acting. I don't care if you're not about remakes. I'm not about most of the remakes. And if I don't like those remakes, I don't fucking watch them. You think I watch The Lion King? No. If I'm going to watch Lion King, I'll watch the animated one with Mu fucking Fasa. That's Darth Vader. Do you think I watched the new Aladdin? No, I did not watch the new Aladdin. It looks stupid. I will go and watch the animated Aladdin. If I'm going to watch a movie, I'm going to watch a good movie. I don't like watching stupid movies that are pointless. So I'm not going to watch half of these remakes. Now with this is a different story. Mm-hmm. I'm not watching this with the intention of thinking let me think what's like it's not the Shawshank Redemption, right? I'm not watching this for an incredible script, incredible storytelling. I am watching it because it's a sexy man having fun with swords, killing bad guys. It's typical classic fun.
I have a question for you, Anna.
Yes.
What would you do if Henry Cavill starred in a remake of Goodfellas?
God damn it. I might actually have to fucking watch that shit.
Oh my God. I'm petitioning for this now. I want this to happen.
Oh my God. You know what I'll do? I'll do the same thing that I do when I have to watch the Snyder movies that he's in. I mute it and I turn on sexy time music and I just watch and enjoy. But
I'm just picturing it.
What was I going to say? There was a point that I was going to make that was brought on by what you said, and now I can't remember.
By my difficult question?
No.
Or before that?
It was part of it. It spun off another idea, but then because of me trying to make my initial point, it got lost. But yeah, so Jesse, do you like the Highlander?
I don't have as much experience with the I didn't like grow up with it. It's something that's like I've seen later on in life, and mostly actually the reason that I ended up becoming so versed in the Highlander movies and show is because once upon a time, me and my comedian friend ended up becoming co-hosts of Adrian Paul's Sword Experience podcast. Adrian Paul being the guy who played Highlander in the TV series. So
the one that Henry says right here looks like his brother?
Yep, apparently.
See. Well, okay, so I don't think I have ever seen the TV show, but I did watch. We owned both of the movies, like 1 and 2. To not like rag on my mom for a minute, but if there was a sex scene in a movie, my mom had that movie. Like she loved that movie. And my mom had some kind of fetish with Christopher Lambert. Like
weird.
It's like him, Tom Selleck, John Travolta, and oh God, what's the other dude? The dude from 300, Gerald Butler.
What a weird list. What a very bizarre list.
I know. But so my mother loved the fucking Highlander movies, and so she would watch them all the time. And I even though she would always say that she did not like the second one, she's like she hates the second one, but she loves the scene where Sean Connery is getting his new outfit and he takes the pearl off of his ear and he like hands it to them to like pay for everything. She would always like hit me and my sister. She'd be like, "Oh, look at this is the part with the pearl earring. It's the part with the pearl earring."
Oh my God.
But I mean, there's like one movie that it has like 2 stars on IMDb with Christopher Lambert called like Druids. It is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. And my mom owned like every version of it just because there's like a sex scene with Christopher Lambert.
I can't wrap my head around anybody being that sexually invested in Christopher Lambert. I mean,
my mom is.
I'm so mystified. I guess mystified.
Well,
Fascinated though.
I have never seen, what is it, Mortal Kombat, where he's like, is it Raiden? I have never seen that movie, but guess what? My mom has. My mom has seen that movie. My mom owned it. Did I watch it? Nope, because it was weird.
Jeff still I've told him I will watch it with him, but we still haven't gotten through it yet. Gotten around to it yet.
Let me look up the high Adrian Paul. Okay, I guess I'll go ahead and I'll watch the I honestly forgot about it until what year did this TV show come out, guys?
Oh, I don't remember.
The 92 one? What's this guy's name?
Adrian Paul.
I'm looking at his picture. I don't think he's the most handsome man on the face of the planet. He's definitely no Henry Cavill, but oh yeah, he's not my type. But maybe he is my type when he's being a sexy Scotsman that is the one that can be the only one. But yeah, so anyways, back to this. The new movie is cool. What new movie? The Highlander? Well, it's not out yet. But yeah, so I haven't seen the TV show, but I grew up watching these, and I think it was the part that I remember when I was a kid is when Sean Connery takes him out on the boat and like just knocks him over, and he's like, "You're fucking immortal. You don't need to breathe underwater," and he just like walks up the lake. And then it's funny just how it, because I rewatched this the second that I heard this news, and I'm like, oh, hey, it's on Prime. Cool, I'm gonna rewatch it. It's been a while since I've watched it, considering I haven't seen it since like one of the, I don't know, maybe in the last 6 years I haven't watched this damn movie. But so I rewatched it, and I'm just like picturing it with Henry. But then also, it's like now because I have a channel and I do reviews of stuff. Do you have this happen, Jesse, where it's like you notice stuff now that you wouldn't necessarily notice when you're watching a movie?
I've had that for a long time because of film classes and shit. But yeah, it's like your perspective starts to change when you start looking for or at certain types of details. Yeah.
Well, so before I would always look at costumes. I would pay attention to dialogue and looking at like the settings and if like there was any, like, how when they're filming Harry Potter, you could see the extra standing there. But so with this, now I notice, I'm like, I really hone in on when there's a movie where somebody's getting trained. Because, somebody just is magically, when you see a character that's never seen a lightsaber before and they just can use it magically perfectly.
Yep.
Fucking Christopher Lambert, McLeod, like, he was going into battle in the beginning of the fucking movie and he basically dies. When he's trying to fight Sean Connery, he's terrible. And like half the movie is Sean Connery training him.
Yep.
It's like, come on, it's not that hard. It's not that hard to do a training sequence and make it interesting. And they couldn't do that in a single second of Star Wars. Give me a fucking break.
Yep. It's it has its flaws.
Yeah, just a little bit. But I really was like, because, it's like even with Luke and Yoda, it's like, okay, yeah, he went to Dagobah and he got trained by Yoda. But I feel like people don't really focus too much on how much of training there was. It's like, oh, like these specific instances where he can't get the X-Wing out and Yoda can, or when he goes down into the cave. And it's one of those things that you're aware of it, but you don't realize, oh, yeah, that was you know, they did that. They spent half the movie doing that, and it didn't take away from the plot at all to have him training. That was a big part of the fucking plot. Whereas they can't do a scene with Rey fucking training until the last damn movie.
Yep.
Like, come on. How do you expect us to buy into this? How do you expect us to believe it? And they're like, oh, well, you know, the people that watch movies are stupid. They're just going to accept whatever we show them. It's like, you do realize all these movies that you're trying to rip off, they had those things in them. If you're going to rip them off, at least fucking watch it and pay attention and rip off the stuff that makes it important and makes it work.
Exactly.
It's so
Do the
stupid.
useful stuff. Do the stuff that works. No, and then the way, it's like almost an insult the way they throw it in the last movie too. To be like, oh yeah, after all of this not bothering, we're gonna throw you one little training sequence, shoehorn it to the end, and just accept that that's enough. I'm like,
Well, it doesn't even make sense because she's like floating with rocks, and it's like, how did she learn how to levitate? She just is. It wasn't even really like training. It was like meditation and her doing her regular workout routine. And I'm like, there wasn't her learning how to do anything new. It was her doing stuff she already knew.
Yeah, that is true too. We didn't get to watch her learn lessons. We didn't get to watch her grow. We didn't get to watch her develop in any meaningful way.
It's stupid. Angel Rin, thank you for the super chat. I just got a new dog, medium-sized cattle dog Mutt. His name is Phoenix. Also, hello, beautiful ladies. Oh, well, thank you. Hello, and welcome, new doggy.
Bye, Phoenix puppy. We saw a big fluffy white dog when I was out today, and it was exciting.
Oh, Tulip loves white dogs.
She's so racist.
Tulip is
Anna, Anna, what's the best thing about stormtroopers?
They're white. I need to clip that. I think I recorded that.
I definitely did if you didn't, so I think I did anyway.
Just his reaction, though.
Dude.
For those that don't know what we're talking about, me and Jesse went to Star Wars Celebration in 2019, and we were sitting there at the panel for Rise of Skywalker before they had announced that the name was Rise of Skywalker. And the like host dude, he had like kids come up on stage, and then they asked him questions for like the pre-show, and the guy asked these little kids, "Oh, what's your favorite thing about about a stormtrooper?" And what did the child say, Jesse?
They're white.
I like them because they're white. And then every other child followed suit and mentioned that they liked them because they were white.
Yep. It was, and the best part was the host was black.
Yep.
It was just like, I don't know what to do. It was a special moment.
Me and you were just laughing.
Oh my god!
If we had drinks, we would have spit them out.
It was one of those moments. Absolutely. Oh my god. You can't write that shit.
Nope. Runs with Phantom Anna, would you rather eat out Gates McFadden or watch Henry Cavill Goodfellas? Eat your heart out, Russell Hall. I would rather watch Henry Cavill in Goodfellas. I feel like that's about the only way to make me watch that stupid movie. You know, Jeff has a recording of me because him and Jesse decided to play a fucking prank on me. Jesse, do you want to tell him what that fucking prank was?
I don't actually, because it might resurface.
What do you mean?
I mean that if you see a video from Jeff that seems like he's mad at you, he's not.
Oh my god. Are you guys doing a prank video?
Maybe.
Oh my god. Anyways, they played a prank on me. I guess Jeff's gonna post a video of it, and you guys can all laugh.
I gotta grab snacks. I'll be right back.
All right, no problem. Spike and Madness, thank you for that. There will become. Maybe. That should be their headline if they do like a porn parody of this. MJ Stunning and Brave, thank you for that. Highlander show was actually pretty good. Oh, okay, I'll check it out. Xenomorph Skull Hunter 79, thank you for the super chat. It's the Henry Cavill thirst stream, and now here's your host, Henry's future baby mama. That's Star Wars girl. No spawning. I'm not a fan of the spawning. Not my thing. But I don't know. Run the Phantoms, thank you for the super chat. Skipped another super chat. Was after Super Sticker. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. I'm trying to pull them up as they come up on the StreamYards, and then the ones that I miss, I'll go look at the other screens. So let me go look. Okay, I read the Goodfellas one. Jimmy Freckles, thank you for this super sticker, and it says keep it up. Well, thank you. Wolf Spain, thank you for the super chat. They'll probably use Bane from the Star Wars, the Clone Wars, the samurai. Will they? I don't know. Here we go. Nicholas Doyle, thank you for the super chat. Anna, I think a lot of people. Oh, I read that one. MJ Stunning and Brave, thank you for the super chat. I can't explain it, but JJ's very tamponese. MJ Stunning and Brave, thank you for the super chat. Stop dead naming me. Your name is Russell Hall. I don't care how many times you get it wrong. I like, though, how it's like a game. How long until you send enough super chats to where I figure out that it's you?
I do enjoy it. I do enjoy that it's now he's now going full incognito on you.
I'm surprised that he's been able to change his name so many times. Because usually,
right? Did you just keep making new accounts?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Wolfsbane, thank you for the super chat. Okay, I read that one. Runs with Phantom, thank you for the super chat. At least Henry Cavill's on the shorter side, like Revan. But you are correct on the subject of height. Who would play a significantly taller Malik? Henry is not short. I don't know what universe exists where 6'2" is short.
Shorter than Jeff.
Jeff is a giant. That doesn't count. Like,
Got like 2 inches on him.
I don't think anyone sees a dude that's 6'2" and thinks of them as short.
Yeah, like, not most people.
Yeah, no.
Not most people.
No. But Malik, I think the actor's too old to play him now, but I always pictured he was in Kingsman. He was also I doubt anyone has seen this movie. It's a movie called Stardust.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love that movie.
Okay, Jesse, the actor that plays the last brother to die.
Oh, okay.
Like the 7 sons, and they're each named after like the number that they're born, like Severus or Severus or something. What is that actor's name? He's famous. Oh, he was in Shazam. He was the bad guy in Shazam. What the hell is his name?
I know, I'm blanking. I'm blanking on picturing him. I'm like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm like, can't even recall his face right now.
He's got like dark eyes, skinny, long face, kind of. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Yeah, he was in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. too. What the hell is his name?
Let me Shazam. Okay, I will look this
up. He's a bad guy in Shazam.
I can do this.
Mark Strong, is that his name?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I picture him as Malik, but I think he might be too old to play him now. Is that? Yeah, Mark Strong.
Yeah.
How old is he?
I always forget his name. He always has like a way more generic name than I'm expecting him to have.
I know. I thought he would have like a really British name. Yeah, he's 57. He might be a little too old to play Malik, but that's who I would cast as Malik. That's just me. Runs with Phantoms. What? I didn't realize he was 6'2". Somehow I thought I'd heard he was short. Silly me. Nah, he's 6'2". He a tall dude. Yeah. To be fair though, like I feel like almost all the actors in Hollywood, except for like Tom Cruise, are like kind of tall.
Yeah.
So, and like Robert Downey Jr. But I mean, Robert Downey Jr. to me is tall, but I guess to every other Hollywood movie star, he's not.
So the actors, the men in Hollywood are either hella short or hella tall. There's no exceptions. They're either like retardedly short, like 5'5", or they're over 6 feet. That's it. There's
but
no
see,
like
to me,
5'10".
5'5" is tall. So
for you,
I know
5'5" is shrimpy for dudes.
Okay, well, I'm fucking short. So
I know. I'm aware. I've met you a couple times.
Yeah, just a few times. So 5'5" is tall to me.
Jeremiah was like right on your level.
I actually think I might have been taller than him.
Really? Oh my god, that's hilarious. He is truly a leprechaun then.
Well, to be fair though, I did have Chucks on and they give me a bit of height. So I think he and I might actually be the same height.
That's really incredible. That's amazing. Oh my god.
Little Booty thing just got here. Good morning, Anna and Jesse. Oh, good morning.
Good morning. Phil's making me a leather unicorn mask.
Oh, whoa,
Yeah.
wait, leather. Oh my.
Yep. To go with my onesie.
I have my leather cat mask, but that's about it.
Ooh.
Have you seen my cat mask? Let me see.
I think I have at least once.
Yeah, I have I have my Catwoman mask. A girl in Italy made it.
That is really cool.
It is very uncomfortable. That's one thing I did not know about leather, is that leather sticks to your face and sucks the life out of your skin. And so it's like you can't wear it for very long, but I was just like, ugh.
Looks badass though.
Catwoman. Selena Kyle it up. Yep, that's my kitty mask. I like this hair. I think it's funny. But yeah, so any more thoughts about Highlander, Jesse?
I feel like Highlander is one of those things that kind of gets a pass on the remake and reboot train for me because it's a little irreverent, like there's nothing, there are quality things about the movies, there's quality things about the show, but I don't think anyone really treats them like they're this highbrow cinema or this precious thing. Like, even if people have attachments or memories associated, it's not treated like this precious thing. And I think, the TV show kind of did what it was going to do to change up and alter the lore and how the universe went. So if you were precious about it then you were already off the train. So it's one of those things, like, it's just not that precious of a franchise. So I hate to say it, I was talking about this with Jeff too. It's like, what denotes whether it's okay to race swap or gender swap a character? What denotes when it's okay to reboot or redo something? The reality is, it's if they're not that important. If they don't have a history, a precedence, a something, a whatever, it's like you already started out with somebody playing a Scotsman who isn't even remotely Scottish and couldn't pass worth a damn. So,
are you talking about Henry?
No, Christopher Lambert in the original one. So I'm saying, like, that's your starting point with the Highlander franchise. So you're lacking reverence here. So there's just not.
Well, I mean, that's acting. You shouldn't have to be Scottish to play a Scottish character.
But there's zero effort for accent work and like any of that.
There wasn't any accent work done for oh my god, why am I blanking on his name? Robin Hood, Kevin Costner.
True, but Christopher Lambert's weird attempt at an accent has been widely lampooned in Highlander. And but it's fine. Like, it doesn't take away from the movie or what it is or how wonderful it is as a thing. But I don't see any disrespect in this. Like, oh, let's try again with a TV show with a different actor, and okay. And so I'm down. I'm game to give it a shot.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, I think that because the thing with Highlander, it's kind of like Independence Day. They're just meant to be fun action movies that have, a little bit of a story to it. That's not just drive, kill, fight, sexy time, sexy people. It's like, okay, well, there's this mystical force. We're not going to explain it in any way, shape, or form. We're just going to say we're immortal. No explanation. You're just fucking immortal. We're going to be driven to fight each other at the quickening, which will take us to some far land. And we're all going to be driven. It's like the bare minimum of information, but it's, it's all we need to know what's going on with the story. So as long as they don't try to explain it further.
Yeah.
Because I think it's one of those things that the more you explain it, the bigger chance you have of fucking it up and making it not make sense.
I think,
mean, if they have this with Henry playing the Highlander, and if they keep cutting back and forth between past and present, I mean, they honestly could, do an actual okay reboot and have the potential to actually have, a kind of a franchise going on for them that can be, financially beneficial, because they could go a little bit further into it and introduce more immortals. And even though we know that the main character, it's Henry, he's going to live, he's going to be the one that's going to be the they're going to be only one. Of course, it's going to be Henry. But I mean, if instead of having the big fight happen in the first movie, like what if they just did, 2 movies or 3 movies and where it leads up. So you get introduced to all of these different immortals in each movie in different time periods, and it's leading up to a big fight at the end.
I think I think that's a great direction to take. I think the worst thing they could do with this is to do what the Mortal Kombat reboot did, which is to try to take it too seriously and make it, like you said, make it all over-explain, make it all make sense, and take it way too effing seriously. I think if they just go that route, if they use it as an opportunity. I saw someone in the chat say, why are they always trying to reboot and remake great things when they, they're crappy ones? This is one of those instances where I'm not saying it's crappy, but I'm saying that there is room to improve. And this is one of those instances where if they play their cards right and don't try to fuck around with the lore too much, that yeah, you could with the effects that are out there and with a star like Henry Cavill in front of it, the types of, and the thing is, you could even take the bigger route and have multiple throwdown fights in one movie. I mean, you could pack up to 3. I think you could pack up to 3 fights in one movie and still have it not be too much,
Well, that's actually exactly what happens, because it's like you have the first fight in the beginning where he dies or he gets mortally wounded, and that's how they find out he's immortal. Then it's the fight with Ramirez where Ramirez dies, and then you have the big fight. Well, actually, there's more than one. There's the fight where he kills the other dude in the parking lot in the beginning of the movie.
So there you go.
And then he fights the one dude, and they get caught by the police, and it stops, and then they fight again at the end. And then the one dude kills the black immortal dude.
Yeah,
there's a ton of fights in that movie now that I'm thinking about it.
So there, I mean, like, why not use this as an opportunity to even throw in a star-studded cast of like famous other challengers to do fun action sequences? I'm down for a movie if it goes that direction. I'm completely down.
Well, I mean, they could even do, because so the only ones that we really got to see, because we only got to see 5 of them. It's the dude that dies in the parking lot, the black dude, the Highlander, Ramirez, and the bad guy. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, it could have where, yeah, you meet Ramirez in the first movie, and then he could mention something a little bit more about how, oh, well, yeah, since he says we're all going to be, driven to the quickening. So what if that could be, again, a lead into like another movie and they're going to be a big lead up to the quickening where they're all driven to kill each other, which is, since Ramirez is the one that knows, because he's, one of the oldest ones, what if, Henry Cavill as the Highlander goes off after Ramirez dies to go look for all the other immortals that Ramirez told him about so he can go learn from them, so that way he could be the best.
I just want you to write this script now.
I probably could.
Well, you should. And just
I mean, and they could, if they want to, because what I think that Christopher Lambert should be Ramirez, since he's like 62, 63 years old right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, he could be Ramirez.
I think he should be, and I think he should definitely, yeah.
He said that he would in an interview in 2016.
Great. Yeah, I think he'd still be good. I don't see why he would have changed his mind, and I think it'd be retarded of the studios not to use him.
Well, see, what I think that they could even do a spinoff or have flashbacks where it's a younger actor that looks like, Christopher Lambert, and it's showing Ramirez when Ramirez was born and in Egypt and how he ended up working for the King of Spain. And I'm like, there's a fucking movie right there. Yep. As long as they don't fuck it up. And then that's another way to do, again, multiple movies. So you could have him, the end of the first movie is, the bad guy's going around killing people, but he's going off to go find him. And so maybe he goes and finds like another immortal at the end of the first movie. And then the next movie is them training. Bad guy shows up to try to kill him, kills that immortal. He's got to go find another one. And then again, a big lead up to the point where that's why there's only 5 of them left, or excuse me, at the end, there's only 4 of them left. In
the
90s.
I think there's something really to be said with taking your time when when you're playing with an existing franchise, as much as people want to say like, oh, make it live and die by one movie, it's like when you're playing with an existing franchise, I think you sometimes have a responsibility to take your time and do it right, you know?
I'm so confused by this. What do you mean? Wow, they do no history work at all? OMG, just like the people they criticize? What? I'm so confused.
I remember. Hey, can I share something kind of personal?
Do you want to share something personal?
I do. I really do.
Okay.
So I have these cheese balls that we got
Oh
from
my
Target that I'm snacking on. And
Uh-huh.
I bit into one of them to examine the insides, and I was actually disappointed as to how not plasticky they looked. I was looking for that like weird filmy plasticky inside, you know, when you bite into like a cheese puff and you get it like that. And it was just like too natural looking. And I was disappointed. I just wanted to share that.
What does it mean he's not in good condition? Is he sick?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? He's sick? He's just old. I am totally for Antonio Banderas, as we talked about earlier. Let me see. Is Chris? He looked fine in that last. Let me see. Christopher Lambert. What's wrong with him? Is he just old?
I don't know.
I don't know. Is he sick? What's going on? Why is he not in good condition?
I don't know.
Is he okay? I like how somebody said that's personal. That's kind of what I thought. I was like, are you? I thought you were going to tell us like some deep dark secret or something.
Sorry to disappoint. It felt personal in the moment.
Did he go Val Kilmer on us? I know what's going on. What's wrong with Christopher Lambert?
Yo, there was a shooting in San Jose.
Again?
Yep.
That's not fun. Oh, he's blind now?
What?
Muscular degradation his whole life. Oh, shit. He's going blind. Lambert is 64. Shit, I didn't know that. I mean, he wears glasses. I didn't know he was going blind. That's sad. Well, maybe he can narrate it. It might be a little hard for him to remember the lines, though, or to memorize lines.
Yo, guys, the kid who played the drummer in School of Rock, he died. He got hit by a car while he was bicycling today or something. 32. Yeah. Yep, riding his bicycle this morning.
And now we're on a big downer.
Sorry, I'm just like, everything's terrible. Christopher Lambert is old and
blind.
Blind, and Kevin Clark is dead. Everything's terrible.
Well, Jesus. Well, this was going to be the happy point of this stream, but now we're on a downer. I'll pull up something else since we're already in a downer move. Hey, Jesse, do you want to read a terrible script?
Yes. Oh my God, please.
Oh my goodness. Are you ready to read about how what's her Buttercup is a lesbian and Bubbles wants to be a slut and has an OnlyFans? Do you want to read?
What the fuck? I hate how they do this. Okay, Buttercup was me. That was the me character. And the thing about a nice kids show is there doesn't have to be any sexuality in it. So you can have the short-haired, angry, tough, more butch character, and she wasn't gay. And I was like, wow, oh my God, you can be the tough chick and not gay. And it was so fucking, everyone's like, representation is so important. I'm like, it's funny how everyone is so concerned with making sure they have someone to represent themselves when I don't, because everybody who looks remotely like me is always gay. And I'm like, well, that's great, because then I live my life being constantly gay bashed without even being gay. So thank you, world.
I would just like to say that I have never once complained that there was no half Portuguese, half Scandinavian women on screen. There ain't nobody that looks like me.
I was just happy that Buttercup wasn't gay, and now that's gone.
I know, they liked those boys.
Yeah.
All right, well, Jesse, do you want to read this?
Yes. Okay, and I will do voices.
Okay, Bubbles. Bubbles is girly.
I know. I've seen the show. I'm very familiar. Look, we love being Powerpuff Girls. But sometimes we wanted to be other things too. Like in Dirty Dancing, Baby wanted to join the Peace Corps, but she also wanted to be a fancy slut. And her dad didn't get it. Jerry Orbach was doing his best to understand.
This just shows how fucking stupid this person is. Or that Bubbles is, I guess, stupid now, because Bubbles wasn't stupid. Bubbles was smart. They were all smart. Bubbles was just very sensitive and innocent. But Baby didn't want to be a slut. She fell in love. How is falling in love making you a slut? If she was going around, hoeing around, getting with every single guy, that's kind of slutty. Like,
yep.
Yeah. I mean, she even has a conversation with the other chick that has the abortion in the movie, and the chick goes out of her way to tell her, I don't do this. The guy told me he loved me, and I was in love with him too.
Exactly. Baby is the prissiest girl. She's not looking to be. She's in fact completely freaked out by the fact that she's like being brought into this world at first, and she only wants Johnny. That's it. It's the whole point. The whole point.
She's just love at first sight, which, I mean, it's Patrick Swayze. I do not blame her at all.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and she's been in an uptight environment her whole life, and it was her first time like being free and, you know, being kind of like what a teenager does. But she falls in love. It's not like she's out there being a hoe.
Yeah, no, she's not trying to hoe around.
Yeah, she's not sleeping with every guy out there.
She only wears makeup and puts on all that stuff so she can go do the gig so that Penny can go get the abortion. I mean,
yep. The one that you might be able to consider a slut in the movie is the sister, because she's just trying to get with, like, the other guy, the waiter dude.
Kind of a hoe bag, and then of course Vivian, the wife, the cheating wife. So
yes, there we go. There we go. But so this whoever wrote Bubbles doesn't know shit about Dirty Dancing, and they made Bubbles stupid. But continue.
Okay. Blossom heads upstairs when where the bumping sound continues from Buttercup's room that abruptly stops. Blossom opens the door and finds Buttercup in bed with Macy, the woman she eyed at the bar the night before. They've just finished. Oh my god, what the fuck? What are you doing in my childhood?
I forgot you haven't read this.
Oh my god. Oh god, I'm sorry. It's fine. We're done, right? I'd say 6 times is enough.
I know.
What the fuck is this?
I know.
Are we here to investigate? I'm here to pick up bi-curious townies. You're here to avoid Drake. Bubbles is here to investigate. But she forgot Butch hates her. Luckily, we're dealing with another hate boner, so alcohol helps. What is this? What?
I would just like to say, I say hate boner quite often. Are these weirdos watching my content and ripping off my phrases?
Right? Like all of this sounds like, you know when Juno came out?
Yeah.
And it sounded like somebody just tried to pick up every bit of hip kid lingo and smack it all into a consecutive script.
Did they?
That's what it sounded like to me. Anyway, that's what this sounds like to me. It sounds like someone trying really,
did you
hard
see
to make
Elliot Page got his boobies removed?
Oh, well, good for him.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Yeah, he posted his first picture of him in swim trunks at the pool. And I'm like, now a lot of people that were wondering what Ellen's Page's nipples look like now get to see them.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Huzzah. Hooray for them, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, I was like, this is weird.
Is it weird that they still look like lady nipples just on a totally flat chest?
Well, it's not just that. It's like the whatever hormones he's taking, like, gave him like kind of a little twink boy body, but with muscles. So it's like those girl nipples look very different than man nipples. And I'm like, those are girl nipples, but that's a man body with scars.
Cool. ID Crisis, where can I find this?
Go on Elliot Page's Instagram. It's like the last picture. But anyways, yeah.
Why do you know so much about hate boners? Life is one big hate boner. Can we stop and talk about how that's an improperly placed comma, and why nobody knows how to use commas anymore, and why every fucking person is like, let me just drop a comma after every fucking random word. That sentence reads, life is one big hate boner. That is not how you want that sentence to read. You want that sentence to read, life is one big hate boner. So why the fuck would you put a comma indicating that when someone reads it, they should pause after reading life? That doesn't make sense. It makes you sound retarded. But hey, since the person who wrote the script is clearly retarded, I guess it tracks.
I would say if you are going to put it there, maybe put a semicolon and like have her look at Blossom and be like, life, roll her eyes, and then finish the sentence.
Even that is not grammatically correct. Then you would have to put a semicolon, and then it would have to be it's one big hate boner, because the semicolon essentially breaks up the clause. So you have to start a whole new clause. It doesn't carry over from the words from before. So, yeah, I'm a little bit of a grammar Nazi. So,
I mean, I understand that. I'm just saying because when people talk, you're not always grammatically correct when we talk. And so that's when I'm reading a script, I'm a little bit more lenient with that kind of stuff because people don't talk grammatically correct unless they're data in Star
you shouldn't be when you're reading a script, because when you're writing a script, you should actually use as few commas as possible, because you should not be trying to impose the inflection upon the actors who are later going to be acting it. So it is bad script writing to have more commas than necessary in general. It is extremely bad script writing to have commas in places where they do not belong.
I mean, if it's for characterization, it does not bother me.
I mean, that's fine, but all of my teachers said one thing, and all of the books I've read said one thing too. So for me, it's not so much a matter of whether it bothers me or not. It's a matter of like, it's just fundamentally not known in the industry as not being the correct way to write a script.
Well, it doesn't seem like people that are working in the industry now care.
Nope, they actually effing don't. All the people who actually take the time to write the scripts, get their scripts bought, get their scripts acted by fucking morons who do this kind of shit to it and take all of the credit and all of the pay, and the real screenwriters get dicked out of money and then forced to write 8,000 more things and try to sell them off to somebody else. Yeah.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Oh, God. Look. Okay, where are we? There, okay. So that's... Oh, this is what we've already... Okay. Is there more?
Yeah, bubbles. Oh, is that
That's what I just read, yeah.
Oh, did they put it in twice? What?
Yeah, that was the same one.
Thank God. No, there's one more from Bubbles. Let me try to find it.
I'm emotionally preparing myself.
It is it's one little segment from Bubbles, which is disturbing as it you know. Let me find it. I tweeted it out earlier. Oh, here we go. All right. You ready to read this segment from Bubbles, Jesse?
I'm supremely ready.
All right. Go.
I always believed in you and defended you, Dad. Even when you sold away her likenesses to that cartoon. Which, by the way, totally whitewashed us. Oh my God. Even then, I had your back. What the fuck? I always had a smile on my face. I never broke character, even though there was so much more to me. I always put family and the team first, no matter what. So they're fucking retconning the entire fucking cartoon with this goddamn bull. What the fuck? I am now officially outraged. Fuck your commas. They're wrong again.
I knew this was going to piss you off.
They're completely wrong. I'm not even going to start with it because they're all, just get rid of all of them. They're all wrong. Can I read it again? If respecting the commas, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I always believed and defended you, Dad. Even when you sold away our likenesses to that cartoon, which, by the way, totally whitewashed us. Even then, I had your back. I always had a smile on my face. I never broke character, even though there was so much more to me. I always put family and the team first, no matter what. That's how the author wants you to read that line. I feel like my first readings made it sound a little bit more fucking intelligent, but when you sprinkle it through with commas, what you're doing is pre-directing your actors and telling them that that's how you want them to read the line. So every fucking retard goes in the audition room and reads it just like that, and every casting director wants to blow their goddamn heads out. But anyway, it's not like I know anything about it. Yeah. So the
dad is evil.
You cannot just take this. This is so obnoxious on so many levels. People wrote that show, worked on that show, created it, cared about it in one fucking line. You think you have the right to just take a giant steaming social justice dump all over it? Who the fuck do these people think they are?
Yeah. No, you're fine. Professor Utonium is the bad guy. He's the evil man that sold the girls' likenesses and made them live in, the shadow of this cartoon. And apparently they're not white. Apparently they are not made of sugar and spice and everything nice and chemical X. But apparently they're real people that are miserable losers that talk strangely and don't understand very, very simple movie plots.
And
so,
just want fancy sluts.
Yeah. We're going to have hardcore lesbian sex scenes. We're going to have Bubbles is apparently now, instead of being the sweet, innocent one that can burn down a city when she's angry, she's going to be attempting to be the moral compass. And Blossom is going to be the go-getter that is probably going to be driving the story, like getting plot points achieved.
No, she's probably the one who's going to be doing that, but also is white, so she'll be constantly told why she's wrong while she does it.
No, I think the actress isn't white. Let me see if I can pull up.
So they're erasing. Of course, they're erasing. Of course, no, they have to erase.
Let me see. Yeah, I remember when it got announced, and I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are.
They had to erase.
I was trying to do a video on this, and it was naming off all of the people, and I couldn't even read their names. And I'm like,
so here's the reason that this is raping my childhood, right? It's not because they're making these characters gay or different color skin or whatever like that, because I'm so afraid of diversity and change and whatnot. This is raping my childhood because this is a childhood show. This is like if you fucking took like Arthur and then made it like a weird furry porn show. Like, why?
Let me see.
No.
A better picture. Like, so this is Buttercup, this is Bubbles, and this is Blossom. Oh, here we go.
Redheaded erasure again, by the way. Let's just call it like it is. I said redheaded erasure again, naturally.
Yeah.
It's just like
this is the only casting that I can kind of see where like they did try to get a blonde hair, blue-eyed chick. I don't know what ethnicity these two girls are, but it's like you do realize just because Buttercup is like a tomboy, it doesn't mean she has to be a lesbian.
Yeah, exactly. I am a tomboy, not a lesbian. Amazing how that works.
Yeah.
But the thing is like it's.
Let me see what these girls.
This is a kids show. Because this is also the weird bullshit thing too. It's like, why are you making? Who are you making this for? Because the people who watch Powerpuff Girls as kids are my age now. We don't want this show. Is not for us. We don't want this show. We don't want to watch some like supposed to be teenage looking girls doing this. So who is this show for? It's for kids who are going to discover that there's a thing called the Powerpuff Girls, and now they want to know what it is. Oh, now there's a new show. So they go and watch it, and they think this is what the Powerpuff Girls are. So then they go watch the Powerpuff Girls. Oh, when their parents go watch Powerpuff Girls. Now, this is okay. Here's the weird shit now. Now I'm thinking like, this is like that weird Hitler Youth indoctrination shit where the kids are like taught to go turn on their parents, where it's like, so you're going to watch this show, and then you're going to watch your parents watch the cartoon, and you're going to go, oh, Professor Utonium is evil white man, and you're buying into the evil this and that, and we're convincing the younger generation now to turn on their parents. Like, am I being crazy out there paranoid saying this stuff?
I don't think so.
It's not that far of a stretch. It really isn't.
Okay, Chloe Bennett is this chick who is going to play Blossom. All right, so I don't know what ethnicity she is. What's this? This will load. Her big brother. Okay, so is she half black? I don't know. Is that what they're doing? They're getting like, I mean, first off, I don't care what a person's ethnicity is, but I just don't know what the fuck. Why is this girl famous? What is she in? Does anybody in the chat know? How is this chick famous? She doesn't promote any. Is she like she? I don't know. Again, this just looks like a normal chick's Instagram. I don't know why she's famous. Oh, she was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? I'm all for actors and, doing things and like playing characters that they look nothing like, but they really went out of their way to find a girl that looks like Bubbles. Like, why couldn't they find somebody that looks like Blossom? I'm sure that there's plenty of gingers out there that would have loved to play Blossom.
Yep. Yeah, and this is like, okay, Ariel, Blossom, I forget. I know there's like I got to write them down because I know there's a list of like 10 redheaded characters that keep getting erased and recast. Like all the race swaps, like, oh, you could have done anyone in this movie and you picked the redhead every fucking time. They do. They hate gingers. I don't know why.
Oh, she was a singer. Oh, she moved to China to pursue a singing career. What?
The fuck?
Is she Chinese?
Maybe she just wasn't popular enough in America.
I'm so well, maybe her grandma is Chinese because she lived with her parental grandmother and studied Mandarin.
Oh, maybe. So the my theory on why gingers are out is that black is in, and those are the two complexions that are the hardest to do makeup and light for movies. So Hollywood just decided it can only be one at a time. That's my theory. That seems about as deep as it would go, in Hollywood. Like one of those hot fuzz moments, like, oh, you killed her because like she was getting in the way of this, and him was like, no, we killed her because she's a really annoying laugh. Yep.
Oh.
We nixed the redheads because they were too hard to light.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that Molly Ringwald really got her chance to shine and represented the gingers for decades. So
yeah, right. Thank you, everyone.
If they remake the Breakfast Club, it'll be a black chick. Watch.
Probably. Yep. And then they'll have to deal with somehow writing her as a privileged character, but somehow she'll be the justified one the entire time, even though she'll still have the most privilege.
This is just bad.
Apparently, according to Rob, Chloe Bennett likes to make a point of pointing out that she's part Asian all of the time.
She doesn't look Asian.
Well, apparently her given name is Chloe Wang, according to...
Well, cool.
So good for her, capitalizing on her little bit of ethnicity. That's what everyone's doing today, though. Oh, I'm exotic. I'm part this. And the thing is, if you're enough that, it's like, well, no one can say shit to you without being accused of being istophobe.
Well, I mean, maybe she's doing it so she doesn't get canceled.
Yeah. I mean, that is a fair point. I mean, hell, if anyone asks me, I'm super gender fluid, right? Supremely.
If you fill out that YouTube survey, you have to put like that you're like trans and non-binary and just every little check mark for like the woke stuff, or also like stop the like kind of censor your channel.
What? What is this? Where is this survey?
So there's a survey in the YouTube Creators Studio, and it asks you like, oh, like what ethnicity are you? What gender do you identify as? What's your sexuality? And if you put, oh, I'm a straight white person, they basically shadow ban your channel.
Ooh, I should go answer the survey. And
so you need to put that you're black, that you're non-binary, that you're part of the LGBTQ plus community.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Maybe get myself unshadow banned finally.
Yeah, so that is something, because we were talking in like the Flashcast room, and apparently there's this one guy that put that he was like a straight white guy, and all of a sudden all of his traction on all of his videos just stopped after he finished filling out the survey. It's like, do not answer that survey, honestly.
Dude, that's hilarious, and also probably illegal.
Oh, 100%. Isn't it illegal to ask somebody what their like religious and what their religious beliefs are, what their ethnicity is, and what their sexuality is? Isn't that illegal?
I think there are some laws regarding that. It's certainly illegal to change the way you treat people that you pay money to based on those metrics. Although maybe that was why they switched over the royalty tax code. Maybe it was less about their financial responsibilities and more about their legal responsibilities. If they're paying us royalties as creators, they have no legal responsibilities to us whatsoever to, do right by our content. It's effectively what they're saying is their agreement with us is that we create shit. When we put it on their platform, we're giving them exclusive rights to it, and they decide that they get to pay us some royalties for it. Therefore, we don't have any leg to stand on to bitch if our content doesn't get the kind of exposure we want. So it's taking more power away from the creators, which is why I'm on Live It. Shameless plug.
Yeah, it sucks the way that everything's going, and like none of this is legal, but because it's so new and they don't know how to regulate it properly, to the point where like companies like YouTube, they can just do whatever they want and suffer absolutely no consequences for any of their actions. And I mean, my friend Gundam, he covers all this stuff a lot, and just how it's like there's this one chick who cries because, oh my god, my video only got 5 million views. It should have like 100 million views because I wasn't put on the featured tab. And it's like, bitch, you got millions of subscribers and you got 5 million views. Smallest violin for you and your fucking problem.
Yeah.
It's first world problems to the fucking max, because once you pass a certain amount of views, you were making a shit ton of money. So it's like, I am so sorry that you made only $10,000 on that video instead of 15. Oh my god. I'm so sorry.
My tears for you.
I know.
Yeah, if you don't want that 10,000 was so petty and sad, I'll take it. Work harder on your next video.
I know. It's just it's so stupid how entitled people are nowadays. It blows my fucking mind.
It really does.
I keep getting I have my Twitter open on another tab and it keeps blowing up. I guess I don't remember if I announced it or not, but I guess this was announced. So I did an interview with Chrissy Mayer, and that episode is going to air tomorrow. So if you guys do not know Chrissy Mayer, she's a comedian, and I met her on the Quarterines Gina Carano appreciation stream. And she reached out and interviewed me. And so that video is going to be premiering tomorrow. Let me see if I can find a link to her channel so I can do a plug, since we're doing shameless plug-in time.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah. Let me see. Did I spell her name wrong? I did spell her name wrong. I was listening. She was premiering a video earlier, and she interviews like porn stars, which I think are really it's up already. Oh god, that's the picture they used. God, do you ever see like an old picture of yourself and you're just like, why? I just regret posting this sometimes. Okay, so here I deleted this photo because I didn't realize until everyone started using it that it makes my forehead look huge. But so I will be over on I'll show up in the chat even though tomorrow's the Jack show, because this comes out before the Jack show. It's about maybe an hour and 10 minutes long. And so she's going to premiere that tomorrow. So if you guys want to watch that, this will be over here. I'll put the link.
Cool.
Yeah. I just need to go through and like wipe all of my old photos, because that does not look anything like me anymore. I changed my eyebrows, changed my hair.
Whole new you.
No, when people do those videos where they like put your face on something just to be funny, I swear the people that do that have like the same 3 photos of me and I'm making a stupid face, and I'm just like, ugh.
I'm making a stupid face in 90% of the photos ever taken of me. So,
but see, I posted better photos since, but like whoever made this little avatar of me, I'm like, thank you for using a nice photo of me.
I love how this is the picture you're appreciative of.
I fucking love this photo. I think it's hilarious. I'm making my best friend like laughs at me for this because I do this smirk and she can't do a smirk. She's like, anytime she does a smirk, because she has like a, when people just, even if they're not smiling, they have like a happy face.
Yeah.
And so she has a happy face, but I have a resting bitch face. So when I smirk, like I can actually do a smirk, but when she is trying to smirk, she looks like she's squinting. But so I don't know. I love this picture. I think it is insanely clever. I think they did a really good Photoshop job, and it's absolutely ridiculous, which makes me smile.
I am about that. I enjoy it. I just like that I'm showing off my sexy cowboy in mine.
Sexy cowboy. Well, you know what's crazy is we haven't even gone 2 hours, and I think we actually talked about all of our topics.
Have we?
We did.
No.
We
no,
talked
we
about
didn't.
Henry Cavill. We talked about J.J. Abrams, and we talked about the Powerpuff Girls.
Look at us. That has not happened in forever.
That has never happened. But I know you're tired, so I guess I can read super chats, and then you can go to bed, and I'll go back to my painting. But before we do that, I want to show you something. So I actually already pre-ordered this, but look at this, Jesse. They're finally making an Arwen.
I saw it. Jeff and I were looking at that just the other day. Jeff's gonna get me the Fellowship.
So I already ordered Gandalf and Galadriel.
Gandalf was incredible.
Remember how I ordered the David Bowie statue?
Yeah.
And they canceled it.
Yep.
And so I was like crying inside because I wanted that fucking statue so bad. And so I was like, I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna buy myself Gandalf and Galadriel. And then they released Arwen, and I pre-ordered it because I want it. And I'm gonna put it next to my painting.
Nice. I thought Legolas looked great too.
I don't think they got the likeness down on her.
On Arwen?
It doesn't look like Liv Tyler to me.
I think it depends on the angle, but yeah, I don't think they quite got the Liv Tyleriness.
The thing about it though is that it's a prototype, so I'm like, I'm sure that they'll fix it.
Yeah,
but
I thought the Gandalf one looked pretty fucking spot on.
Oh, Gandalf is great. See, with Legolas and Aragorn, I might order this. I don't like the fact that this isn't real hair on the top.
Yeah.
I really don't like that.
That's fair.
And also it's him with the blue eyes, which I don't like. If I bought this, I would paint them brown.
I like the blue eyes.
I fucking hate it.
I know you and your blue eye hate.
I hate it. I got the poster of him with the brown eyes.
Dude, you would have been vicious in that brown eye, blue eye experiment.
What brown eye, blue eye experiment?
The classic, like, teacher teaching kids about racism one, where she tells them about a study that says that kids with brown eyes are naturally better at all this stuff, and treats them like they're better, and then over the course of the day, the blue-eyed kids start performing worse, and the brown-eyed kids start bullying them and stuff like that. And then she comes the next day, she's like, "Oh no, I read the study wrong. It's actually the other way around. It's the blue-eyed kids that are better than the brown-eyed kids that are worse," and the whole thing flips. And it's this really, really fascinating study that was, later decided to be probably really, really not ethical to do to children, to demonstrate how quickly discrimination sets in. But essentially, if you were in that situation, you probably would have like run a full-on Lord of the Flies situation and eradicated all the blue-eyed children by the end of the day.
No, you know what I found is that okay, look, I feel like almost all of my friends have like the features that I'm not, because it's very different being sexually attracted to someone and being friends with someone. Like it 100% does not bother me when somebody has blue or green eyes. It doesn't. When it comes to a guy that I am interested in, it's not my preferred thing. Like it just, because there's certain things about people that is a turn on. Like you like guys with beards, or maybe you don't like guys with beards at all. Like I have a friend that she hates it when guys have facial hair. Like a guy has to be clean shaven. And so it's just like the preference thing. Because I mean, the guy I dated before Peaches had blue eyes. I feel like actually most of the guys I've dated have had like colored eyes.
Is that so weird how that goes sometimes, where you're like, you have these really, really strong preferences, and then half the guys you date end up not matching them at all?
Well, it's because I'm more of like a personality. Like, can I get along with them?
Same. That's way more important at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's way more important. It's just like there's the standard preference. It's kind of to be a little crude. It's like if you're gonna watch porn, it's like that's when you actually get to go and you get to pick what your type is. You go just 100% off of the physicality, right?
Exactly.
But when it's different, when you're interacting with people, you're gonna interact with the people that not just physically attracted to, but mentally as well. Like I don't care if a person is gay, straight, pansexual. I don't fucking care. If you're my friend, it's like, well, are you a cool person? Can I get along with you? Do we have something in common? And do we enjoy each other's company? Everything else doesn't matter. It's those things that I just listed that does matter, you know?
Exactly. Don't be a fuck, and then you're cool.
Yeah. And I mean, the only thing that I heard that I guess is kind of true from the majority of people that I know that have like blue eyes is that there's vision problems and then sensitivity to light, which I think just has to do with like the color, right? Because it's the light, especially the lighter. Because some people with darker, I've met somebody that their eyes are almost black, but they're blue.
Yeah,
they're very dark, and they don't have that problem.
Correct, but the lighter shades are more susceptible to damage from light and stuff like that.
Like for instance, I have hazel eyes, so my eyes are usually light brown in the center, but the ring around the rim of the color is dark green. And then when I'm in the sun, my eyes, it's like a fading green to brown. And so I'm actually very sensitive to light, whereas my youngest sister, she has just pure dark green eyes. Light doesn't affect her at all. But my eyes are lighter than hers, even though my eyes are more brown because she didn't have any brown in her eyes. It's weird. It's weird the way that things work, but I think it's more so how dark your eyes are as far as the sensitivity to light. But it's the same thing with skin. It's like, obviously, a black person doesn't really need to worry about getting a sunburn. Whereas somebody like you, Jesse.
I have a sunburn right now. Hooray.
Yeah. So I mean, and I don't think that, I mean, maybe it has something to do with the color of it, but I think that's more how dark or light your eyes are.
Yeah.
But as far as like when it comes to guys, I mean, yeah, I've dated guys with blue eyes, with green eyes, with hazel eyes, but I mean, I just prefer dark eyes, which Peaches has, so I lucked out there.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Also,
this action figure this looks terrible, I think.
Oh yeah, that one. No, that one's ridiculous. We looked at that. We're like, the Aragorn is. All the other ones are like, yeah, the Aragorn is like, no, not that one.
See, the thing is, like, I kind of want to buy it because I haven't seen anything from Lord of the Rings from them in so long. But what's weirding me out, and maybe somebody that's followed Sideshow. Okay, so Galadriel and where is it? Galadriel and Gandalf are from the Fellowship, but then Legolas, Faramir, and Aragorn are from the Two Towers. So I'm like, what are they doing? Why can't they come out with just one collection?
Yeah, I want a Fellowship set.
Yeah, because I got the Fellowship ones, even though that what's her face Arwen is this is Two Towers. Yeah, this part where she drops the book and is like, oh, I'm dying. Oh wait, no, is this? Where's this? Yeah, this is why do I feel like this isn't? No, yeah, it is Return of the King, because then the dad rebuilds the sword and takes it to him. So why do they have him from each fucking movie? What's going on here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways.
I was wondering about that too when Jeff showed me that one. I was like, oh, but I was like, oh, I thought they were doing Fellowship ones and stuff, and
they're just fucking with all of us.
Yeah, it's weird. No consistency, no care, no concern.
You know what is irritating me is that I have been on a waiting list for Obi-Wan and Padme for what seems like a year now. So they're coming out with it's like Ewan McGregor, I always say his name wrong. Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan, but he's wearing the outfit like from the Clone Wars, but it's not the animated Obi-Wan, it's the real life Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And then it's Padme in the white jumpsuit from Attack of the Clones. And I'm like, I want a Padme action figure because I ordered the Anakin one. I'm like, I would love to have Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Padme. Like, that would be awesome. Yeah. And so I'm on the fucking wait list for them, and it's been like a year. And I'm like, are you guys gonna cancel this shit on me like you did the Goblin King? It's gonna be irritating.
That's frustrating.
I know exactly. They don't want to make a Strider. They don't want to make a Strider Aragorn. I don't know. It's like they don't want money.
I want a Strider very badly. That's the one. That's the Aragorn I want the most.
Mm-hmm.
That's still my favorite. Although if they made a Return of the King, like end of the movie with real hair, like when he's all smooth and soft in his shiny king robe during the ceremony,
clean, he got a bath.
Yeah, if they made that with like the velvet robe and the real hair, I might be down for that one too.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm gonna go read super chats now. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Let's see. Anna retcons all the time. What am I retconning? I
Liza Sander.
don't.
I say.
Xenomorph Skull Hunter, thank you for the super chat. It's the Henry Cavill thirst stream, and now here's your host, Henry's future baby mama. Let's see. Wolfsbane, thank you for the super chat. Mask of Zorro had the best training sequence. How is that? Perfect. Takes a puff of his cigar. Now do it again. Okay.
Dude, I love that.
I think that movie is so close to a perfect film. The only thing I do not like in that movie is Captain Love. I think that was a bad casting. He wasn't even. Okay, hear me out. For whatever reason, I hated this movie, and so I kept leaving the room. But I came back in, and my mother and father were watching There Will Be Blood with Daniel Day-Lewis. And for whatever reason, I was like looking at it, and I just split second in my head, I pictured Daniel Day-Lewis playing Captain Love in the scene with him and Antonio Banderas, where he when he's having him taste the water and he shows him like the head and like the hand, and he's like explaining to him, oh yeah, like, you know, you drink their spirit and you get like their powers, and it's like that eye contact where it's like, I know who you are and you know who I know who you are, and like they're just waiting the cat and mouse kind of game. And I'm like, it falls flat with that actor, but I think I was like, for whatever reason, I just kept picturing Daniel Day-Lewis. I was like, that would have been such a more intense scene. I think that's the only flaw in that movie, is that actor does just not come off as intimidating to me.
He worked for me, but I could see where, I mean, it's Daniel Day-Lewis, so like it's hard to pass that up. And I could see where someone like that could have changed that performance a lot.
Well, so even with the opening scene in Inglourious Bastards with Christoph Waltz, and how, you know, they're just having the conversation and he's like, you know, they're beneath the floorboards. It's so simple. There's nothing intense really about it, and he doesn't come off as like this intense presence, aside from the fact that he's in a Nazi uniform. And it's that simplicity that some actors have of delivering dialogue and having that power behind it, but it being effortless. And I don't think that actor that was playing Captain Love had it.
That's fair. I've always enjoyed his performance, but that's.
I can hear you fading. If you want to go, it's fine. I can read super chats by myself.
I'm gonna try to hang in there. I'm gonna try.
Okay. Let's see. MJ studying and brave things. Ray the sixth. Ray the sixth be with you. Celebrate the sheet now. No. Oh wait, that's sorry. Dyslexic my ass. Ray the fourth be with you. Celebrate that sheet now. Now. Runs the Phantom, thank you for the super chat. Skipped another super chat, was after the super sticker. I got that one. Xenomorph Skull Hunter, thank you for the super chat. What if Buffalo Jeff played by Henry Cavill? No. No, stop. Mandatory carry, thank you for that. Hashtag keep fighting. Well, thank you. Runs with Phantoms. There's an echo.
Did I ruin everything with my voice?
You might have.
Here, let me try to mute that.
Runs with Phantoms, thank you for the super chat. What? I didn't realize I was sick. He was 6'2". Somehow I thought I'd heard he was short. Silly me. No, he is not short. He is 6'2". Phil Booty, thank you for the super chat. Just got here. Good morning, Anna. Just oh well, thank you. Good morning. Stu B, thank you for the super chat. Angry Anna shows up. Just wait, then say Henry Cavill. Then you get happy. That Star Wars girl. Jesse's secret handbook. Very true. Runs with Phantoms. Thank you for the super chat. How's this? Bald Jason Momoa as Malik. Those eyes.
I'm kind of over Jason Momoa because he's a twat in real life. But I also, bald people scare me, so I don't want to take people who have nice hair and take their hair away.
Yeah, I don't think his wife. I don't think he would shave his head, to be honest, because part of his look is that hair. You know, that's what works for him, is like the muscles and the hair. And if he shaves his head, he doesn't have that gypsy look that he goes for.
Yeah, and it would take a long ass time to regrow all that.
I mean, I would say he might be better as like a Darth Malgus character as compared to Malik. I don't think he had. So the thing with him is he's very intimidating if he doesn't talk, but Jason Momoa has a very kindish voice. If that makes sense. Like when he was Khal Drogo, like half the time he wasn't talking, and when he was speaking Dothraki. So it was that very intimidating factor to him. So if he's playing Malik, I don't know. I don't see it. But let's continue on. ID Crisis, thank you for super chat. Does originality of content matter for reboot? Oh wait, does originality of concept matter for reboot? Well, if it's a reboot, that's not an original concept.
Yeah.
So I'm confused at what your question is then.
I think you've priced yourself out of the originality train by going the reboot direction.
I know. MJ, Stunning and Brave, thank you for the super chat. Anna, stop. Just stop. Highlander is going to be trash. Shut up. It's going to be...
I want it to be great now just to spite
It's going to be visually fantastic, so shut up.
It's definitely going to be that.
Xenomorph Skull Hunter, thank you for the super chat. If Henry Cavill was cast to play any Star Wars character from any era in the EU, who would he play and why? I mean, just because we talked about it earlier, I'd want to say Darth Bane. I'm like turning around to look at my action figures. I mean, I mean, it would be really interesting to see Henry actually. Maybe it's stuck in my mind, and I think at 3 a.m. tonight when I'm laying in bed, I'll think of like a better one. But just off the top of my head right now, I would say Darth Bane, and it would be interesting to see. First off, Henry in a movie from the point of view of a villain, kind of like what they did with the Joker, and have it be Henry. I absolutely hated the second book of the Darth Bane trilogy, and I was extremely disappointed by the third book and the ending of it. So, I mean, I would change it, to be completely honest with you guys, and change the storyline and the plot and the origin of him. And that might piss people off. I don't care. The second book was extremely rushed, and it shows. But so I would do something with him as Darth Bane and have him really get to see Henry's acting ability as he becomes this evil Sith Lord and basically destroys all of the Sith and the Jedi. And yeah, and then like at just the ending of him finding like Darth Zana and like the little girl that just murdered everyone, and just that intensity of it, that would be really interesting, and that would be cool to see Henry do that. And I think that's just because it's fresh in my mind right now since we talked about it, but that's what I would do. What about you, Jess?
I'm not familiar with the source material so much.
Oh, okay.
But I'm always down for an evil Henry Cavill.
Well, is there any like Star Wars character off the top of your head that you would want Henry to play, or you could see Henry playing?
It's like I don't know super deep in.
You're sleepy. I'll go on to the next one. Let's see.
Thank you.
Let's see. Oh, by the way, I'm 9 years old. Also, it's extremely rude to ask a woman her age, chat.
Yeah.
MJ Stunning and Brave, thank you for you're gonna walk out of Highlander movie thinking that Immortals wasn't really so bad. Actually, scratch that. They'll roll you out on a gurney. Let's see.
Wait, Immortals sucked.
Yeah.
That movie's so bad, even with Henry.
Oh, did you laugh? Oh, Tulip came here to see me. Hi, God bless.
Tulip.
I know.
Tulip helped me move.
Tulip did help you move.
She was very helpful. She got a present for it.
Let's see. Andy McCallum, thank you for that. I want to see some mindless outlaws in Highlander.
Yes, that's what came about on the stream last night, was the mindless outlaws. Apparently, this is gonna be like a comic book now or something. Apparently, the mindless mob is going back to the Wild West, where we're gonna become the mindless outlaws and have a whole posse. led by me, Jackknife Jesse. Jedi Bunny is part of the posse. She's going to be Black Cat Kelly. So if you'd like to join our posse, you'll just need a cool posse name and decide what color your horse is.
Oh, I'd want a black horse.
Tight. Black horse it is. Then you'll just need your cool posse name at some point.
Let's see. Runs with Phantoms. Thank you for the super chat. Anna Fossil is the kill under Madison Square Garden. He was played by Peter Diamond, who played Tusken Raider and trained David Prowse and company. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm terrible with names. Especially movie characters. They're not in Star Wars. Oh my god. Fucking Drunk. Can you change your avatar to us? Well, thank you for the super chat, Drunk. So that picture was on my phone. I don't have it on this computer because when I was on Flashcast, I was doing it from my phone because I didn't want to get out of bed, which is why I was basically sleeping that whole stream. Yeah, Jesse, I was like you on Saturday after I helped you move and I drove home. What happened was I passed out and then I'm getting like calls and messages from like the guys. And I'm like, ah, shit, I have to go on this show. And so I'm like, I don't want to get out of bed. So I just phoned it in.
I love it.
And so I had my like headphones and I basically just slept and like said yes and no whenever I was asked a question that I can remember. But I didn't have this picture on my phone. So I had to upload a picture and I was like, oh, here's one of me and Drunk.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see. M&J Stunning and Brave, thank you. I'm glad they're finally doing a girl power feminist version of Powderpuff Girls. What's the Ginger one up to? Ginger.
There's no Ginger one anymore because Gingers are erased.
Wolfsbane, thank you. FYI, the reason why Butch hates Bubbles is because they were engaged. She broke it off to be a slut and pawned the ring off to go to LA. Oh my god, is that in the fucking script?
What the fuck?
Oh god. Diano, thank you for the super chat. You know something is bad when the channel makes Batwoman wait. You know something is bad when the channel that makes Batwoman wants a redo? I'm so confused. They want to redo Batwoman?
I'm confused too.
I'm so confused. I have no idea what that means. J Lord, thank you for super chat. Anna, will you be reviewing the rest of Redo of Healer? Probably not. It kind of got me in trouble. So I'm probably not going to do that.
Oh no.
I know.
All right.
I'm trying. How do I change my avatar on here? Do you know?
I forget. Oh, okay. Hey, did have you heard that season 3 of Mandalorian is shooting?
Yes, I did. Okay. Here, Drunk, this is the only one I have that you're on. You're on my little hat. Oh, maybe I can find one or. But yes, I did hear that.
Okay.
I heard that the Republic, the Rangers, is no longer in the works.
That seems reasonable. Given the state of things.
Oh, okay. This is the CW make Batwoman. CW wants to redo their Powderpuff Girls pilot because it's bad. Batwoman is awful, so OG pilot must have been awful.
Oh wait, yeah, no, I heard that. I heard that they're already redoing the Powerpuff Girls because the pilot was so terrible. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Namu Zed, thank you so much. I noticed that if I say I'm Ukrainian, these people don't know what to do. So your ancestors were slaves and didn't see a black person until the 1980s. They can't find an oppression angle.
That's actually a great point.
I don't know anything about the Ukraine's history except that if you call them Russian, they get extremely offended.
That is accurate.
I don't know anything else.
It is ugly.
There was this one chick that I went to college with who, to be fair, she was a total cunt. I don't think it had anything to do with the fact that she was Ukrainian. I thought that she was a total cunt because she was, before I even found out she was Ukrainian. Had nothing to, and it does not affect the way I view Ukrainian people. That's the only Ukrainian person I know. And I remember I thought she was Russian because she had a very thick accent and she spoke Russian. And I just remember her losing her absolute shit because I didn't say anything. Somebody else like asked her if she was Russian and she went fucking off. I don't know why. I
mean,
guess
it's kind of like when people, I mean, it's not terribly unlike when people assume you're American if you're Canadian overseas and they get all huffy about it. It's like they don't want to, a lot of it, they just don't want to be lumped into that association. And a lot of it too is that Russia's done some fucked up shit to Ukraine.
Yeah, see, that was maybe what I was getting at. I was like, okay, because they got taken under and like put into communism, right? So they were part of the USSR.
Yep.
So I was like, that maybe, but I feel like there's a lot more to the story that I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of since then. I mean, like even recently in the past few years, there's been like arguments over territories, and fighting over territories. Russia would really like to just re-annex all of Ukraine. It has been sort of low-key trying to since the USSR broke up. So yeah, it's not friendly. I have, however, known a lot of Ukrainians because of the fencing world.
I know almost nothing about the Ukraine.
Yeah, it's a lot of Ukrainians in fencing. For some reason.
And I've only met one person that I know of from there. So, yeah, totally tangent in the topic, but let me get back to super chats. MJ sending a brave thing. How's about a guest appearance by Cecil? I don't know what Cecil is doing right now. We were actually gonna stream the other day, and then we both fell asleep. So yeah, I don't know. I was actually hoping that like him or Ethan would stream because I wanted something to listen to while I painted, and I find them very entertaining. And Jesse's probably going to go to sleep, so there won't be a stream from her. But, yeah.
No, but after I take a nap, I'm going to do Live It Later.
Oh, well, there we go.
I still have to. I got behind because I couldn't do one on Sunday. So now I have to do one later.
Chris Topher, thank you for the super chat. Hello there. Hello. MJ Stunning and Brave, thank you for that. I love how Anna's retconning her rules for attraction. How was I retconning them? I don't know. Patrick T, thank you for the super chat. And it's a peach. It's a peach sticker. Philip Booty, thank you for the super chat. What about Henry as Tar Visuala? Let me go Google what this character looks like. Oh, was this dude in... Was it in Rebels? Is this a Rebels character? Why am I blanking? I'm not too familiar with this character. I'd have to go and read a little bit. What book is this character in? Or is this just in... Oh, this is from... they showed it in... Oh, the dude with the dark saber. Oh, that'd be cool. I'm not, honestly, guys, I'm not the biggest fan of Mandalorians. And, I mean, yeah, Boba Fett looked cool. Jango Fett looked cool. But it was not something I was ever into as a kid. I was kind of interested in the Darksaber plot that was happening when Rebels was on. But Rebels wasn't exactly the most... compelling show, to say the least. So when they do introduce the stuff with the Darksaber, it's like cool, and then they have that 2-part episode, and then it's kind of like meh. But let's see, is there a book on this character because that would be, I'd rather read a book than basically watch a show on this stuff. But honestly, when it comes to like the Mandalorians and their culture, I didn't really have much interest in them until I played KOTOR and we meet Canderous. And that, I really, really like that character. And so, I mean, hey, there we go. He could play Canderous. I'd actually be down with that. I just, let's see. The only Mandalorian Jedi. That's not true. What's her face is, I'm about to retcon this shit, or I guess I'm not retconning. I'm fact checking in KOTOR 2. What's her face? Ginger chick is a fucking Mandalorian, and she has Force abilities, and I turn her into a Sith. Fuck this canon. I just broke it. Jesse's sleeping.
Sorry, what? Hi.
Yeah, I guess people don't play KOTOR. And that came out before. When is this dude from? Let's see. Does it say when he's from? Ruler of Mandalore became the ruler of Mandor. When is he from? I don't know. Let's see if the chat screams at me now. Jesse, go to bed.
What?
Go to bed.
Okay.
I am freeing you from the stream. Go to sleep.
I love you.
I love you too. Good night.
Good night. Bye, everybody.
She didn't leave. There we go. Let's see. Yeah. I said Jedi. She can be trained as a Jedi. I'm just playing as a Sith. But I'm pretty sure that takes place before it went. It doesn't tell me on here when this dude was alive. Let's see. Where are his appearances? Okay, so is this just Disney? I need a book. I need a book on this dude. If I had a book, I'd be much more versed. But yeah, what's her face is a Mandalorian in KOTOR 2, and she is Force sensitive, and you can train her to be a Jedi or a Sith. So fuck that. No beers around. Did anybody in the chat get that? The Heart of the Jedi book? I got it. I'm going to read it online, though, because I don't want to wreck my copy of it. Let's see. MJ Stunning and Brave. Thank you for 2 super chats in a row. If they make Henry Cavill Highlander doll, would you rather he be a full-on Ken doll under the kilt or a fully anatomically correct but Cecil-sized? Oh, that's disturbing. I don't want to think about that. Let's see. No, he served as a Jedi Guardian during the last century of the New Sith Wars. Gotcha. Let's see. Stunning and brave. That was a trick question. Well, thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Christopher Topher, thank you for that. Henry Cavill can play Talon Card. He gets a cape. So I've actually said this before. I want Antonio Banderas to play Talon Card. That's who I would cast. I think it'd be great casting. I even have the Talon Card action figure because I really like that character. Let's see. And then I got to the point with Drunk 3PO. Can you change your avatar to us? I tried. You're on this hat. No, I'm just early Christmas. Stu B, thank you for that. Jesse could use Mio. Anna, quick, go to the P.O. box. I can't drive all the way to my P.O. box right now. It's all the way across town, and it's late. It's 6. Oh my God, traffic would be hell. Why is it still sunny outside if it's 6 p.m.? This is weird. Let's see. Russell Hall, thank you for the super chat. There was no Ukraine until the 1980s. See, I'm usually good at history. I didn't know that. I know almost nothing about the Ukraine. Yeah, maybe it's because it wasn't put into the history books that I was taught in. Actually, I feel like we didn't even learn modern history in school. I feel like they stopped teaching us at like, I don't know, like the 50s and 60s. I mean, actually, you know, when I was a junior in high school, I remember learning a little bit about like the 70s and 80s, but I feel like they kind of stop at the Vietnam War. Like that to them is like, all right, that's as far back in history as we're going to learn. I don't really remember learning anything about the 80s in school. Maybe because it's too modern. I don't know. The Physicality channel, thank you for super chat. I grew up in the USSR and we had no black people to oppress. Oh. Huh. Well. Ukraine is a former Soviet republic. It was part of the Soviet Union until the USSR fell apart. See, I did know that. I knew like this whatchamacallit, the countries that were part of the USSR. But that is from personal experience with, going places, traveling, going to museums and stuff. And I like geography. So when you look at like maps when the USSR was still around, I actually have a globe. And I don't know, this is probably one of the nerdier things that people don't know about me is when I go to like antique stores and stuff, I always try to buy globes that are really, really old and like looking at the different countries in Africa. And I actually had a globe I kept at my dad's house that had it like where it said the USSR. So might be a little weird, but I think it's cool to see like how countries change over time and borders and stuff like that. Countries in Africa are always the interesting ones with the names that they change. So yeah, little weird Anna fact for you guys today. MJ Stunning and Brave, Russell Hall, thank you about Russia has no interest in annexing the Ukraine. They needed the port, which is precisely why the Ukraine was created, but they're not behind the WOR. Let's see. 200 Watt Studio, thank you for the super chat. Jesse, feel better. Anna, Cecil said he's busy doing Peaches. No, he's not. I know exactly where Peaches is right now. Patrick T, thank you for the super chat. How many Terry Gilliam films have you seen? I don't know. I am bad with names. Let's Google. Oh, Monty Python. I mean, I've seen Monty Python. I'm so bad with names. Let's see. More than just the top ones that are listed. 'Tis but a scratch. Fucking rabbit. I was talking to somebody about this damn rabbit. Me and Peaches were somewhere, and I was explaining the concept of the rabbit. Yeah. I've seen the Monty Python movies. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know how many I've seen. I mean, I feel like I've seen all of them. But I do not know people by their names, so sue me for that. They're not in Star Wars or Star Trek. Heck, even then I barely remember the damn people's names. I can't even say Ewan McGregor's name correctly. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. All right. I think I am all caught up on super chats, guys. So let's see. Yes, I am all caught up on super chat. So I think I will say goodbye to all of you since my co-host has passed out. And I'm going to get back to painting. I did a video earlier, so go check it out. I will also be over on the Chrissy Mayer show tomorrow. Oh, I'm getting that. Of course now. Ugh, I'm getting the freaking hiccups. What the hell? I open up YouTube and it plays an old episode of the Matriarchy. So I will be over on Chrissy Mayer's channel tomorrow. Let me share the screen for all of you guys. So if you guys want to go see her interviewing me, it will be right here over on the Chrissy Mayer channel. So I believe it premieres in 20 hours. There you go. Oh, look, already 1 thumbs down. Are there comments already? Jesus. The Dirt Eater. I could make Anna happy. If only was she so obsessed in her Another cool ass guest. Hot. No way. Oh, that's nice. The Star Wars girl. She did not ask me about Henry Cavill at all. I don't think we talked about Henry Cavill once. So it's funny comments already. But I like how there's already one dislike. There's some people with some hardcore hate boners that just follow me around places. It's so bizarre. But yeah, so I will be over here if you guys would like to watch this. Again, it's like about an hour and like 10 minutes long. It's going to be a premiere. I'll pop up in the chat. Oh my gosh, this is, I'm looking at my old background here in this photo. This is before I moved. This is like, gosh, this is me 2 years ago. Look at my old eyebrows before I started doing them differently. Gosh. Oh my goodness. Blast from the past. But yeah, I'll be over there tomorrow. I think Chrissy is in the chat. And because she was premiering a video today and she was in the chat, I think I saw. So I'll be in the chat. I'll tweet about it. I'll put it in my little description community tab and whatnot. Old eyebrows were better, Slick Rick. Really? I don't know. I like my new eyebrows better. I feel like they make me look happy. Let me turn on my camera. Sorry, I had the thing on there. Yeah, I like my new eyebrows. I feel like they make me look happy. I don't know. My one of my Asian friends, she told me, she's like, Anna, you need Asian girl eyebrows. And I was like, why? What are Asian girl eyebrows? She's like, well, they're straight, so you don't have resting bitch face. So I did Asian girl eyebrows. And I don't have resting bitch face anymore. So I like them. I also am doing my hair a little bit differently now. I realize the reason why I don't like the side part and I like the center part is because I look nicer with the side part. And I kind of like I don't know. I feel like I look too nice. What do you guys like a nice person, like an approachable person that people can talk to. And I'm always like, if I'm leaving the house, I don't want people to talk to me. So maybe that's why I don't like the side part, but my makeup's all funny. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to painting. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I think I saw one more super chat come in, so let me read it. It was from Phil Booty. Thank you for the super chat. I love asking people who think they know geography to find Rhodesia on a current map. It's Zimbabwe. And I knew that because I was watching this one podcast where there was this one guy that was from there, and him and his wife, I guess when they had independence and had to leave the Commonwealth because he was born in England, but they lived in Rhodesia, and then they had to leave because something happened, and so they moved to Perth. And so I actually knew that one. But thank you so much for the super chat, and I will see you guys all later. Maybe Ethan or Cecil will stream and I'll pop on there. One more super chat. Carl 8A, thank you for the super chat. Wow, you would look nice even if you were missing an eyebrow. Happy painting. Thank you. Fingers crossed I don't lose an eyebrow though. But anyways, everyone, thank you so much for being here. You guys are awesome. And until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And may the force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone.
I'll tell you where I thought I came in the forest, when the lightsaber goes like this and flies off. I said, oh, what a great entrance. Ah! Ray caught it? She has